quickly as possible. He just, his foot got caught in the gravel underneath him. And then the full body weight.
Attention, attention.
Mr. 19 is asking if there is a Syrian team.
Technical difficulties with Sarge's equipment. They have been removed to the bottom of the list, bottom of the run list. Sarge will be running very last, dead last.
You probably heard that announcement from Judge John. I think it was Sada that he was referring to. I've got an equipment issue, so they are going to be bumped to the bottom of the draw. That was how I understood that message. Meanwhile, their colleagues, their fellow countrymen, Sunkar from Kazakhstan, who took first prize on day 3. They are the 4th team out today in this tower challenge.
Number 8, Renera, Albania. Go forward.
Three minutes and 29 is the benchmark that's been set today, and that's by the colleagues of Sunkar. SSN-A. Oh, this is quick. In and out of that handgun box as the snipers split off and the assaulters make their way up the back of that truck and then up the ramp through the window. This window, not as big as you think it is, and certainly not as big as it looks on camera. Enough to bounce your bonce off it as you come through. 3 targets each. And they're dispatching them with ease. That's the short-range sniper element of 2 responsibilities that the snipers have today. Ding-a-ling. Ooh, he fell at the bottom of that tower. Oh, no, no, no. And he's limping all the way. He has to keep going. One thing that this tournament represents is determination. He'll hop all the way to the pistol pen. One of the assaulters of Sunkar, and I imagine that he will hope that his colleagues can dispatch those, I think it's 32 white targets as quickly as possible so that he doesn't have to do much, but he still has to go into that pistol pen. As per the rules, he can't just wait at the finish line. The snipers are done. How is he going to... Oh, the devastation, the disappointment. He's clearly twisted an ankle. We saw it last year, we saw it this year. And being cheered on by those on that far side, and his colleagues helping him out, getting under that ping pong table. It's the small things. They've already dispatched those targets. The remaining assaulters of Sunkar. His colleagues will help him up and over the wooden wall. Trust me, these guys are as hard as nails. They're not like Premier League footballers who go down when they're hit by a feather. And these guys are injured, they really are injured. It's not only the physical suffering. There you go. He is now officially classed as being into the handgun pen, which means he can now exit. And then it's under the ping pong table and to the finish. Heartbreak for Sunkar of Kazakhstan. The elation of winning yesterday's event and then an injury today has just blown apart their challenge, and not only their challenge for the day, you'd probably have to say by the time they come in, their challenge for the week. Well, cheered and carried all the way to the finish by his colleague Sunkar. A round of applause from those lining the route. Huge support, and across the finish line. But the disappointment etched on the faces of the Sunkar team. We saw one of the Moroccan team members fall, not from a great height, but enough that it caused the delay. Thankfully for him, the injury wasn't as serious, but this is very different for that assaulter of Sunkar. They will still pick up points. Let's have another look at it. He managed the bell okay, but just on landing, oh, a twist of the ankle, coming down and just a little bit too heavy. And he knew straight away that the damage had been done. Rocked that ankle, but huge respect. All you who are watching and supporting Team Sunkar can be proud that he's finished it. We saw yesterday, didn't we, with the BRT ladies of Chile. They did not quit. Never give up. Dragged and carried to the finish. Well, he'll take no further part in this year's competition, unfortunately. Like I said, the first 4 days are physical and technical and mental. But day 5 is all physical. It is the obstacle course. Right. Now is the turn of the Special Security Forces of the United Arab Emirates. They're on home ground. So the first of the sets of targets for the snipers. 2 snipers, 2 sets of targets, 3 to hit each.
That's number 12, Opie, Brazil.
I've seen a few struggle to get those gloves on. Remember, it's personal choice what type of gloves they use. I'm sure last year we saw, who was it? There was a couple of team members that were wearing cooking gloves, or it certainly looked like oven gloves. And already the special security forces of the UAE have assaulters in the pistol pen, so they are going at it. Meanwhile, both of the snipers have now arrived at the top of the tower. There's the first target engaged by one of the snipers. You can see the assaulters are onto the 32 white discs. We've seen most teams operate with one of the assaulters going to the far end and working from right to left, the others working from left to right. Remember, it's not specifically assigned targets like it was yesterday. Myra, good morning to you. Myra Prudenciado, who's watching from Cagayan de Oro in the Philippines. Yes, a lot of support online for the Philippines National Police Force, who are represented this year. Two targets still out there. One of the snipers has finished. Remember, they can't help each other out. They can't engage the other sniper's targets. He's definitely got one down. The snipers are done. I think the special security forces of the UAE left the snipers left a target out there. And you see how much of an impact it has by watching the other teams. The Special Security Forces of the United Arab Emirates certainly a lot more cautious coming down that tower after what they've just seen from Sunkar of Kazakhstan and the twisted ankle. And across the finish line in a time of 6:27.3 for the Special Security Services of the United Arab Emirates. Those of you who are watching in the Philippines right now, what is it, afternoon there, is it? I think it's 4 hours difference between there and here in the Emirate of Dubai. The Philippines team is drawn 59th today, so they are one of the later sides going out this afternoon. And great support and appreciation for the BRT ladies of Chile. Hopefully they can put yesterday's disaster behind them. Focus. It's a new day, new start, new challenge. Another team that have just stunned us with their determination, especially after what happened yesterday afternoon. All targets must be hit. They don't have to stay in the box together. As soon as they've engaged their individual target, they can leave. Enis Padilla says, "Vamos, vamos, Chile. Let's go." Myra, love from the Philippines for the Chile ladies. Poser Coser. Vamos girls.
Police C, UAE, number 11, Ministry of Interior of the Republic, Serbia, 12, Opie, Brazil, and number 13, Great, Colombia. Those teams should be making their way to the equipment issue area and standing ready to go to enter the ready boxes.
Nobita Nobi is asking about how many women SWAT teams there are. Well, this year, Nobita, there are 5 in total. We have women's teams from the UAE, the Dubai Police women's team are very strong. We also have from Belarus, from Thailand, and as you can see at the moment, from Chile.
Dubai Police.
lot more care being taken by the ladies coming down that tower.
You need to report to the loading area.
This course designed specifically with just enough to test all of these teams to their limits, to test the individuals both physically and technically. So Texas Star first up. That's done, so they can move along to the standing targets in the pistol pen. And I have to say, I've been very impressed by the accuracy of the Chilean ladies. They're quick. Over the last few days, we've very rarely seen them miss. Now they're at the top of the tower. They have 2 targets to engage each, and you can see them conferring there. Because one thing that's different today from yesterday with regards to the sniper is because of the elevation of that tower and the breeze picking up already this morning. Yesterday it was very calm in the morning. It means that the wind is going to be more problematic for the snipers, judging that wind. It's another miss. No issues they had with the short range. And clearly the Chilean snipers struggling to adjust to that breeze. For those of you who are watching around the world, we have here in the Middle East a thing called a shamal, but that's usually in the afternoon that the shamal picks up and a stiff wind. Remember, 7 rounds they have. Finally, we have a target that's dropped from the top of the tower. Just slight adjustments required. Are they out of ammunition? Or have they abandoned that top of the tower sniper challenge? Either way, I counted 3 targets that are left there, so that is 1.5 minutes of penalties for the Chilean ladies. And that's always the dilemma on this day 4 of the SWAT challenge. Do you keep that clock ticking whilst you try and adjust, or do you just let it go and get across that finish line? Remember, the snipers don't have to ring the bell like the assaulters do, so they can go straight out of that top window and sprint for home. Huge support as the final Chilean team member crosses the line in 7:41.4. And they seem happy with that. Remember, this is the first time that the Chilean ladies have attended this event. I, for one, sincerely hope to see them again next year. No doubt they will take all their learnings, come back and put in an even better performance. We've seen that over the years. A team involved here for the first time, even with the practice days, with the walkthroughs that they are entitled to in the week prior to the event itself, they still pick up lessons. So, where are you in the world? Don't just put your flag on, tell me which city you're in. Jorge Sanchez says, if you come to Mexico, I will take you, Joe, to the best guacamole in the world. Greetings from Guadalajara. Thank you, Jorge. I will not be here next year commentating for you all. Instead, I will have my own little guacamole stand. What a great idea. If you want to come down here, if you're in the vicinity, if you're living locally in the United Arab Emirates, then you're more than welcome. It's open. There are food stands here as well. No guacamole, however. Which is why I'm opening a guacamole stand next year. A guacamole van with avocados from Mexico. JC says he's proud of the ladies from Chile. Great mindset. Whatever happens, always finish your assignment with honor. You're absolutely right. I think that's the lesson. Oh, I've started something here again. I thought we'd finished with guacamole yesterday. Claudia says guacamole power, Pat Lat. Guacamole and tacos. Oh yes, I forgot.
UAE. You should be drawing your equipment, ammunition, staging, you're ready to move into the red boxes.
Steve Wilson is in Cape Town waiting on our team. Which team is that? Which of these South African teams is it? Is it the Special Task Force, or is it the Special Operations Police of South Africa? As we see the Sharjah SWAT Team A get their challenge underway. 3:29.7, still the time to beat by SSN A of Kazakhstan. Team member just had an issue reholstering their handgun there, but not enough to do damage to their time. Clem Flipper says, I'm a South African watching from Fujairah, which is on the other side of the Arabian Peninsula. Watching from where, Clem? Are you at school? Are you in the office? The rappel master that you see in there in the red t-shirt, his job is to ensure that all of these guys leave the top of that tower safe. One dingaling, two dingalings. We've seen in the last few days, haven't we, on a number of obstacles and challenges, the adrenaline, the heart racing, not thinking clearly sometimes causes problems. That's why safety is important first and foremost. Now the assaulters are on the way. Oh, he's dropped a glove. Remember, all equipment must return across the finish line that came across the start line, except the rope itself, of course. One more stubborn white disc on the Texas Star. That's now done. Over the wooden wall. That's a green one, as you can see. Oh, these are dropping nicely for Sharjah SWAT Team A. No problems whatsoever. So the Sharjah SWAT Team A snipers have completed their first range tasks. You see again a miss. They're just struggling as the assaulters make their way back towards the finish line. They don't have to sprint because their colleagues are still at the top of the tower. There we go. First target hit. They have 2 each. 3 to go. What's going on here? There's a big discussion between the 2 snipers. I'm guessing over the required adjustment for their scope. Remember, every disc that's left out there is worth 30 seconds, so the first 3 days we saw teams go around the various challenges penalty free. That's another one dropped. So the sniper at the far side of your screen there, he has hit his targets. Remember, they're not allowed to engage each other's. But what he can do is he can talk to his colleague and give him some guidance. Yep, I think he's abandoned it. Has he? Ooh. Yeah, they're done. They're done. Oh, the Sharjah SWAT Team A. Which means they can now descend the tower. Well, it's fiddly. It's fiddly. Just got to get those gloves on. Get the clips in. And then the rappel master to be happy that everything is safe and secure. They are both down from SWAT Team A of Sharjah, and the sprint towards the finish. They won't break the 8-minute mark. 8:05.8 for Sharjah SWAT Team A. And the damage was done by those targets from the top of the tower. That's what cost them the time. Just puts into perspective how good that benchmark from SSNA of Kazakhstan was, with 329.7. Octoberian Girl online is saying, I hope we have a women's team from the Philippines next year. Great idea. This is the order for this morning. The Albanians are out next. I was chatting to the Albanians earlier on this morning. Great guys. They were saying, you must promote our country. I don't know whether he was meaning in commentary or whether he was offering me a job with the Albanian Tourist Board. I've never been. But hello to those of you watching for the Albanians. Ardian Dibra, Florida. Here they are. This is their third time at the UAE SWAT Challenge. And I think it's worth pointing out to those of you who maybe just started following the SWAT Challenge this year that yes, teams do return, but not all team members return. So sometimes that familiarity is not there. Even though a team comes back, they might have one team member, for example, that was here last year and knows what this is all about and what the various obstacles and challenges are. But the others will be new to it, so a new experience for them. No problems in the handgun area at the beginning. And remember, the SWAT Challenge involves all active service members of the various units from around the world. In fact, one of the Albanian team was telling me that just before arriving here a week ago, he was facing a criminal with an AK-47, so just goes to show you, he was on active duty a week ago. Scary to us, sitting on our sofas, but these guys are professional. So, the first of the sniper challenges, 3 targets each. That's done. They then have to pack up and go up to the top of the tower for their second set of challenges, and the second target is a lot further away. Big secrecy about the distances, for obvious reasons. You don't want to tell the snipers exactly what the range is. As the assaulters start to make their way down that tower. Oh, another slip, but doesn't look as bad as we saw earlier on. You can probably hear on the microphone the wind in the background that is swirling around here. I was chatting to a couple of snipers from different teams this morning, and they said the struggle was that 1 minute the wind is coming from one direction and then it moves from another just a few minutes later. It's not consistent. The third and final assault member arrives in the pistol pen, but his colleagues have done all the work. Didn't even break sweat. Now, this is the longer range effort for the snipers. Like I said, a lot of secrecy about the distance. In fact, some teams have come back the following year expecting it to be the same distance, exactly the same distance. But the SWAT challenge organizers move these distances. Sometimes they don't. It's all kept top secret, but the this long one is, what is it? Anyone's guess, but somewhere in the region, somewhere in the zone of 300 meters maybe. Could be 270, 280. Could be 310, 320. I don't think the distance is the problem today, though. I think it's the wind. And taking their time. Is there one left? There we go. All targets dropped for the snipers of Albania. Ardian Dibra cheering them on. Now they can descend the tower. Remember, the snipers don't have to ring the bell, so they can go straight down, but the same dangers apply. You want to get down as quickly as possible without twisting an ankle. Get them untangled from those rappel ropes. And now they can sprint towards the finish line. Six minutes 15.5 for Renea of Albania. And they certainly won't have target penalties. There might be others, but they dispatch their targets. Remember, 30 seconds apiece for every target that's missed or left out there. Dashuri says, hello, Joe. What's your question, Dashuri? If you're online, if you're watching from around the world, don't just send me emojis. Send me your questions. Right, let's have a look at the highlights so far this morning from this day 4 of the UAE SWAT Challenge.
Give it all I got. Gotta fight, no, I won't stop. Taking no chances. It's the final shot to come alive and reach the top. It's the UAE SWAT Challenge, hosted by Dubai Police. This is an emergency. Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. This will be my day. Time to stand my ground. I will never take no shame. I won't play this like a game. It's the UAE SWAT Challenge, hosted by Dubai Police. This is an emergency. Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. Yeah, this will be my day. Together with the MOI, hosted by the Pleaser and Dubai. Here come the SWAT, giving everything that they got. I'm gonna touch the sky, take the world by storm tonight. With the special forces through these courses. Why should they come alive? Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. This will be my day. Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. Yeah, this will be my day. Like an obsession, give it all I got. Gotta fight, no, I won't stop. Taking no chances. It's the final shot to come alive and reach the top. It's the UAE SWAT Challenge, hosted by Dubai Police. This is an emergency. Don't stand time to stand my ground. I will never take no shame. I won't play this like a game. It's the UAE SWAT challenge, hosted by Dubai police. This is an emergency. Don't stand in my way. I take pleasure from pain. I'll bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. Yeah, this will be my day. Together with the MOI, hosted by the police here in Dubai. Here come the SWAT, giving everything that they got. They're gonna touch the sky, take the world by storm tonight. With the special forces through these courses. Why should they come alive? Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. This will be my day. Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now. Yeah, this will be my day. Like an obsession, give it all I got. Gotta fight, no, I won't stop. Taking no chances. It's the final shot to come alive and reach the top. It's the UAE SWAT challenge, hosted by Dubai police. This is an emergency. Don't stand in my way. I'll take pleasure from pain. Won't bring my armor down. Nothing can defeat me now.
So, welcome back. What was I saying when I left you? We were talking about wind, we were talking about Albania, we were talking about guacamole. Well, now it's time to talk about the Dubai ladies team. We've had the Chilean ladies out already this morning. Remember, the draw today is a reverse of the draw for yesterday, day 3. So obviously this morning SSN of Kazakhstan went out first. They went out yesterday afternoon last. It's now the turn of the Dubai Police C team, the ladies. Always put in a strong showing. In fact, they put in a really good showing last year. At the moment, they have 137 points, the Dubai Police ladies. Only 30 seconds of penalties they've managed to rack up after 3 days. No problems there. And this is when the group splits. The snipers head off round the tower to the right-hand side. The assaulters climb up the back of that truck onto the ramp. Don't bump your head. Coming through that window. Last year, the ladies did this tower event in 4 minutes 16.2, so I imagine that's their target for this year. No issues with the short-range sniper box. The assaulters already on their way towards the pistol pen. Just struggling to get that rope correct. Oh, she just got her got the rope wrapped around her left ankle. Anyway, she's out now. This is what I love about the tower event on this day 4 of the UAE SWAT Challenge. Anything can happen, and quite often it involves those ropes. Two down. 2 to go. You can see the distance and the wind is even moving our long-range camera. She's taken her time, and so she should as well, because remember, the snipers, if you've just switched on, have 7 rounds for 5 targets, so they can't be rash in firing off a shot if they're not absolutely sure that they've got a very good chance of hitting it. And I'll keep repeating it throughout the day, but the wind is going in all directions. One more. Oh, she left that target out there, going for time, maybe accepting there will be a penalty. 4:16. It doesn't look like they're going to beat that time from last year, the Dubai Police ladies. That was their time, 4:16.2. We've already crossed that mark. One more to come. A sprint towards the finish as they come home together, the snipers of the Dubai Police ladies team, and across the finish line in 4:58. I think all of the snipers are struggling with that top of the tower shot today. Paolo says online, yes, the wind is really a problem. One on the ground, easy and clean. Well, the difference, obviously, the one on the ground, not only is the target shorter, but also those defensive berms, those protectors, if you like, are blocking the wind from becoming a crosswind. A little bit of protection, it makes it calmer.
Colombia, UAE for Jared, Polaris, moving to golf equipment, and Kira.
Serbia up next, the Gendarmerie. They have had a reasonably strong showing so far this week. The better of the two Serbian teams. No penalties so far this week for the Gendarmerie of Serbia. 192 points they've got at the moment as they begin their challenge on day 4. They cannot engage each other's targets. We saw, which team was it earlier on? I can't recall. One of the snipers at the top of the tower. Taken on his colleagues. There'll be a penalty for that. Taken on his colleagues' targets. They can talk to each other, give encouragement, discuss the range, the wind. Can't swap ammunition though. Under the ping pong table. Up and over. And the wooden wall to begin the targets in the pistol pen. Texas Star is first. Oh, they make that look easy. And then over the green wooden wall, which I think looks like a doghouse, one of those outside dog houses. That's where I often am, in the doghouse. Fabulous shot.
22, counter-terrorist PTJ Montenegro. We all need you to start making your way to the ammunition area.
The assaulters already making their way back towards that finish line from the Gendarmerie of Serbia.
16, Polaris, 17, Vietnam, 18, Sadar.
Snipers still out there, and in comparison to last year, they are having a lot more problems at judging not just the range, but more importantly the wind. In fact, one of the snipers is done. He's left 2 targets out there. They decided to go for time. So there will be penalties. 30 seconds, remember, apiece for a missed target. And the snipers head for home. Across the finish line in 4:30.8. Next up, it'll be the ever-popular BOP of Brazil.
He's asking me, is Canada on? As we see the boys from Brazil getting ready there in the holding pen. Go online to UAE SWAT.com and you can see the entire draw for today. That helps maybe. He says it's going to be a win that will be the champion today. Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I would say you can see the flags fluttering on the top of your screen in the background. It is blowing quite hard, but like those seconds I was talking to earlier today, it's just not consistent. That's part of the job, the factor in wind, but the direction is changing on a regular basis. That's when it becomes problematic. As the Brazilians are on the way from us.
So guys, what are you waiting? Make it look full. So guys, what are you waiting? Been destroyed. No? Yeah. Yeah, he took.
I think it will only get stronger as the afternoon goes on. That afternoon Shamal picks up. Another couple of misses from the Karate snipers. Is he going to have another go? I thought he was going to give it up there, but at the moment, all four targets are still out there on the range. That surely must be it. Yeah, they're done. Not wasting any more time. The Colombians. Well, when we saw SSNA of Kazakhstan go out this morning at 3:29.7, as we've seen in recent days, I thought the times would really start to tumble, but clearly this win proving problematic for all of the snipers. Sultan Al-Khayal online is asking the targets which are missed, how many seconds will be added on? Well, the answer to that question, Sultan, is 30 seconds per missed target. As the snipers sprint towards the finish, are they going to break the 6-minute mark? No is the answer. 6:03.2 for Grupo Antiterrorista of Colombia. So, those times that we saw in 2023, we had a sub-3-minute time for the winners, Vityaz of Russia, last year, 2:58. They did this Day 4 challenge in that. A long way from being beaten so far today. There you see it, SSNA of Kazakhstan, 3:29.95. Now, so far, I think it's worth pointing out for those of you who joined late. Unfortunately for them, one of their
assaulters twisted his ankle coming off the tower. He fell awkwardly, and that did the damage to their time. Otherwise, I think they would have really been challenging their fellow countrymen SSNA. Instead, 5:04.46 for them. But yeah, just to put it in perspective, coming back to last year's times for the Tower Challenge of Day 4, not only the winners, Vityaz of Russia, that I pointed out earlier, coming in under 3 minutes, but Akhmat, SOBR, Dubai Police B Team, SOBT, Kalkan, and Royal Thai Police. The top 7 teams in this event last year all came in under the 3:30 mark, all came in under the time, the benchmark that has been set by SSNA and hasn't been bettered so far. Now it's the turn of Fujairah Police. Made the journey from the other side of the Arabian Peninsula. You can't leave that box until you have engaged your target. So that's why one of those assaulters has been left behind. Missed it the first time. Up the ramp, through the window. Meanwhile, the snipers are engaging the shorter of their targets.
Behind me.
This is the easy bit, so to speak. And the distance on this, again, it's worth pointing out that the organisers never let the teams and competitors know exactly what the distances are for obvious reasons. That looked like a miss. And the first of the assaulters coming out the top of that tower. Remember, they have to drop a floor. We must hear a ding-a-ling. Oh, he's got snagged in the rope and just, oh, did he catch a thumb or a finger in that loop? Here we go. How will Fujairah Police fare? Mr. Beyond the Craft online says two of them forgot to take care on holding the rope. That's not good. Thank you for your critical analysis, Mr. Beyond the Craft. Do you want to come here and have a try? It's all about pressure. So, how are Fujairah Police snipers doing? All targets still standing. That's a miss. That's another miss from the snipers at the top of the tower. You can see the sniper on the right-hand side of your screen, his hair blowing in the wind. Just goes to show you how breezy it is up there. Meanwhile, no issues for the assaulters, who make their way up and over the doghouse. dropping those discs nicely. The assault is in that pistol pen. And so far this morning we've not seen any issues there. And the issues are at the top of that tower that you can see in the middle of your screen. The Fujairah police snipers are done. Did they decide it wasn't worth the wait? And this is making today's event fascinating, because I think teams that are going out later may have a look at this and try and weigh up either going for the clock and leaving those targets out there and going for speed and getting across the line, rather than the hassle of waiting around. As Fujairah police come across the line in 5:54.8. It'll be very interesting. I'd love to get inside the minds of the teams, and especially the snipers that have yet to go out. Is it worth it? Is it worth taking that time to try and engage those, well, I was going to say 2 targets, but 4 in total for the 2 snipers, 2 targets each. Do they go up there, have a crack? If it doesn't come off, just accept that they're going to get, well, the maximum penalty, of course, would be 2 minutes, 30 seconds apiece. But if they can hit maybe 1 or 2 targets, then accept they're going to get a minute. Certainly something to think about in terms of a strategy. And SAJ of Serbia are underway. What a week of drama it's been for SAJ. All targets dispatched. Remember, they came into this week as one of the strong sides. You'd expect them to be there or thereabouts. Title contenders, not so sure, but the drama on the first night where they had to run again because one of the targets wasn't present, and then yesterday, oh, what happened? Just as they were carrying their colleague across the ice bath in the officer down challenge, one of them knocked the pistol out of its holster and into the water, and that meant a major violation penalty of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So hasn't been a great week for SAJ of Serbia. What can they do today? Let's go, guys. Good luck, says Meji Stojkov. Looking pretty good so far. Cosmo Pioneer says, go Serbia. JC is asking if the Philippines is done because I woke up late. What happened, JC? Did you forget to set your alarm? What happened? No, the Philippines is not done, so you can relax. have a look. The assaulters are done. It looks like the snipers are done as well. This will be a very good time from SAJ of Serbia. Is it going to be the first sub 3 minute time of the day as they sprint towards the finish line? They might not break 3 minutes, but it looks like it's going to be the quickest time today as they cross the finish line in 3:07.8 for SAJ of Serbia, a new quickest time of the morning. Wow, incredible. What a performance from SAJ of Serbia to put all of their disappointment behind them from yesterday. That's what this competition is about. Forgetting where it went wrong and just tackling the next day's challenge with gusto. Fabulous support coming in for SAJ of Serbia. Jasam is happy. I'm glad you're happy, Jasam. The best so far, says Rematori. Well, that's what the clock says. I haven't got confirmation if there are any penalties, but it looked like they dispatched everything. Branislav Popovic says, good job, SAJ. So that will bump SSN of Kazakhstan into second place. Almaz, another one of the strong runners in this year's competition. They've only picked up 1 minute of time penalties over the course of the first 3 days. They're on 160 points. The assaulters are through the window. Almaz of Belarus. Currently lying 11th at the start of day 4's competition. And the assaulters making their way towards the pistol pen. No breaching doors today, but other hurdles for these guys to think about. They've gone under the ping pong table, up and over the wooden wall. Now it's the Texas Star. Opting to go for a two-man operation. I don't think I don't think the second of those assaulters has even got his gun out of his holster before his colleague had finished the Texas Star. Looks like there are two down. That's three for Almaz. A miss though. He's got it this time. So both SAJ snipers and the Almaz snipers showing the early runners how it's done at the top of that tower. The assaulters are finished in the pistol pen, so it's only a sprint towards the line for them and for the snipers to rappel down that tower. Davai. Here come the snipers. Oh, this is going to be good! It's the first sub 3 minutes of the day. 2:58.8 for Almaz of Belarus. Oh, they're happy with that. Remember, 2:58 was the time of Vitiaz of Russia last year in this competition. We will await confirmation of any penalties. Looked good though. That's wild, says AD Online. You're absolutely right. Wow. Incredible, incredible, says Jana Lucci. The first sub 3 minutes. For Almaz of Belarus. Next up, it's the Vietnamese police. Those of you who are watching right now in South Africa, you don't have to wait long because the SOPS, the Special Operations of South Africa, are up next but one. We have Sardar first of Kazakhstan. But before all of that, Vietnam, the Vietnam police. It's their opportunity. And what has cost the Vietnam police this year has been penalties. 11 minutes, over 11 minutes of time penalties for Vietnam police. So they need a clean round if they want to rise rapidly up those timing tables. Still thousands of comments coming in about that fabulous run of Almaz of Belarus. Isar Al-Razi is asking about the results. You can see them online. Isa, UAE SWAT Challenge.com is the website. You can see today's standings as they come in, and also yesterday's and overall standings as well, of course. Sylvie, Mamadaj is asking what number Ranier are going out. That's the Albanians. They've gone already, so you've missed them. But don't worry, you can watch back all of today's action. Yes, we are live now around the world on the YouTube channel, Dubai Police, or live on Instagram, of course, as well. UAE SWAT Challenge it is, and on Dubai Sport, Dubai TV. So as we watch the assaulters finish up in the pistol pen, they've just got to go back over that wooden wall and then round and under the ping pong table. And then they can run from home, but there's not that many today have run for home. Most of them have just jogged. The reason being that the snipers have had to take their time at the top of that tower to get their sights adjusted. The assaulters are done. They're finished. They can grab a breather whilst we wait for the snipers to finish off. As a guide, I think it's worth pointing out to those of you who don't normally watch the SWAT challenge, if the snipers are coming back across the line either before the assaulters or at or around the same time, you know it's quick. There's that wind speed in the bottom left corner of your screen, 34 kilometers an hour. So just as strong as it was at the beginning of this day 4 challenge. They're done. The Vietnamese snipers giving it up. Penalties will be given. Gaydon Bias is asking if Guyana has gone out yet. No, they haven't. The Duchess. Are you a Duchess? Online is saying so far Belarus have got the best time. Yes, correct. Almaz of Belarus are the quickest round the course so far. We did earlier on witness what started off as a great run by Sunkar of Kazakhstan, but then that injury when one of the team members fell at the bottom of the tower and twisted his ankle, ruined their round, unfortunately. Terrible bad luck. And the snipers sprinting for home for the Vietnam police. 6 minutes, 24.5. Kazakhstan's up next, and then it's the turn of Special Operations of South Africa. I know there's a few of you clearly not working because you're watching this, but you're obviously in the office. Elrons Heck says, I love that South Africa has decorated their prep area. Every team has an area where they can get ready with flags of support. We here at home in South Africa are rooting for you. Elrons, don't let your boss see that you're watching it. And if you're at school watching this, you should be studying. Now it's the turn of Sardar, one of 4 Kazakhstan teams involved this year. They'll have just seen what happened to their colleagues. Sunkar. Does that add pressure to Sardar of Kazakhstan? Remember, SSNA, another of the Kazakhstani sides, went out in 329.7 first off this morning. So it's going to be on Sardar of Kazakhstan to keep the flag flying. All the Kazakhstani teams strong this year. No problems for the snipers in the short-range effort, but that hasn't really been the cause of the problem so far today. The assaulters are down and off and running. Just keep an eye on that clock in the bottom right corner of your screen. They've crossed the 1 minute mark. 2:58 is the time to beat for Sardar. That was set by Almaz of Belarus a short while ago. The last of the assaulters sprinting towards the pistol pen under the ping pong table, up and over the wooden wall. Remember, the Texas Star is the first target they have to take on. Oh, easy, easy. The snipers are now top of the tower. That's 1 down, 2, 3. This is going to be good. This is going to be very good. They're done in the pistol pen, so they can make their way for home. Remember, 2:58 is the time as the snipers come down the tower. And they can now sprint for home. Sardar of Kazakhstan. They're being cheered on towards that finish line. The snipers are across first. The assaulters come over second in a time of 2:47.1 for Sardar of Kazakhstan. They smash Almaz of Belarus's time by over 10 seconds. Wow. Wow. And again, just to remind you, the winners last year in this event, Vityaz of Russia, did it in 2:58, so that's impressive. Very impressive. It's great to hear from you, wherever you are around the world. And I love reading your messages. Except you, Clinton. Vanessa Siebert says, "Hi Joe, can you speak Afrikaans?" Near, Vanessa, near. Clayton Isaac says, come to South Africa. Maybe. Are you paying for my flight? Tamika says, South Africa make us proud. The special operations of South Africa are next up in the draw. Now I know that the special task force of South Africa is called the Darkies. Does that mean the special ops of South Africa are called the Soppies? I asked them earlier what their secret was. They said it's pap for breakfast, pap for lunch, and pap for dinner. The whistle blows. I wonder what's going through the mind of the special operations of South Africa, witnessing and having to follow Sada of Kazakhstan with that record-breaking 247.1. Kotti van Rensburg says, my boss is at the SWAT challenge in Dubai and I'm watching in the office. Hope I haven't got you into trouble. Condor, go South Africa. We are supporting you all the way. Senzo says, let's get it, guys. The assaulters are on their way towards the pistol pen. The Marbella 951 online says, I should be going to sleep, but here I am. Yet stay awake, it's exciting this day 4. I call it make or break day. Remember, tomorrow, no weapons involved. It's all physical as the first of the assaulters makes their way into that box for the Texas Star. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Up and over the doghouse. And running to the far end to begin dropping those white discs, those white metal discs. Jaden Curry says, let's go Bockies in blue. Ellie Osp says, all the way, South Africa, all the way. Right, here's the bit that's caused the problems. The top of the tower. 2 down, by the looks of it. He's done, and is heading for home. Yes, Oh, he's happy with that. A little slap of the ground. Kerwin February says, my boss is watching with me. Who do you work for? I want to work in your company. If the boss has got everyone around the TV watching the UAE SWAT challenge, the snipers, or the first of the snipers, heading across the finish line right now. Here come the second. Remember, they don't have to ring the bell like the assaulters do. He's down safely. Can he untangle himself from that rope? And a sprint towards the finish. We've crossed the 4-minute mark for the Special Operations of South Africa. 4:27.4. For the first of the South African teams. But the time to beat is still Sada of Kazakhstan. I don't think that has been updated as yet, but that table showing SSNA, who were one of the first ones out this morning and set the benchmark of 3:29. Like I said, if you've just switched on, terrible luck for Sunka. Now it's the turn of the Bulgarians. SOBT. If you're wondering who the two guys are in the background with the helmets on, they are to assist the rappel assisters, so just to make sure no issues with their rope at the bottom of that tower. Two team members, two team assistants, sorry. As the 5-man team goes off, 3 assaulters, 2 snipers, those rappel assistants will make their way to the bottom of the tower. No problem there. Through the window, up the stairs. And the snipers in position for the first of their responsibilities.